bites harder. Well, you want to find out details, you need to know. I know in Port Harcourt, some buses still have conductors, so you want to know where that's happening, get yourself a copy of the Vanguard. I think that much on the Vanguard newspaper. We'll be going to the phone lines in the next couple of minutes, but let's see some more messages on WhatsApp first. This one says, I'm not surprised the NLC and TUC will call off this strike. Are they fighting for workers alone, or are they fighting for Nigerians? Is it only workers that is buying petrol? What about business people? I think this question should be directed to the government. Because if you look at it, anybody who looks at it might say that, well, this move by the government is just to, keep the strike at bay. And that's why you're taking care of workers who are members of the NLC and TUC. Obviously, they all are. And then you are only doing it at the federal level, which also brings another question. So members of the NLC and TUC at the state level would also feel a certain way when the strike is suspended and then they're not getting any increment of any sort. Then Nigerians who do not work for state government or federal government, who work for private organizations and are also, private business people, entrepreneurs, the artisans and the rest of them, what then do they get? Because I've not met any of them who say they've received that money the federal government is paying. So there's just quite a lot to say. And, Obiomanobo, that's more. Let's see. This one, federal government has bribed Labour with 35, not 25. It's 30. The government had said 25 yesterday, but now it's been increased to 35. What happened to those Nigerians that are not working, or even the state government and private sector workers? So the unemployed youth in Nigeria are not part of the suffering. Let's wait and see what NLC will say now. Whether the NLC will say, those of you who have not got it, go and protest your own. We have. I don't know. I'm just saying, don't quote me. Douglas, you sent that one in. George Ira and Co. In top NLC position seem to be cashing out with threats of strike. They would threaten the federal government with strike. The federal government will call them for emergency meeting. The next thing is they would call off the strike. Kingsley Onwuka. This would also get people to look at the NLC and TUC. I think the next action of organized labor would mean a lot. It would mean a lot. The CSU should not waste time in what? Releasing all releasables. Okay, you mean the university regarding President Tinubu's academic record. I didn't hear anything with regards to the fight against corruption. Sir Joe, you sent that one in. This person says, Andrew, greetings. Nigeria at 63. I'm aware of your pains. Tinubu tells Nigerians, Mr. President, you're not aware of our pains. Oh my God! Thank God, the ability to says, President, you're not aware of our pains. I had a live stream yesterday on my Facebook page. It was funny comments that some people dropped. Everybody's just angry about the Independence Day. Like, you could literally feel it when you ask people. They just don't tell me about that, and it's sad because it never used to be this way. Okay, one more. Court ordered universities to release President Tinubu's results or certificate. That's a good one. There's nothing to hide if he... Okay. Oku Stanley from Port Harcourt. Let's get to the phone lines now. 0817 923 0003. 0817 923 0003. Yeah, you can also call 0817 923 0007. That's another number you can call to get in touch with us here in the studio. And okay, let's see who we have first on the line. It is a caller from Bori, Akanto. Akanto, good morning, and please very, very brief and straight to the point. Good morning to you.
Good morning and happy new year, my friend, my brother. Today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Right, let me read the example. The issue of my two children are electrocuted, I think they are somewhere, they are for local government. I think my empathy to them. And of course, my brother, if their account number is there or being announced on this platform, I think I will do my part on my birthday celebration. And again, able increase, I think increment by 35% or 25%. I don't know the one that is factual. I think it's a welcome development, but that the state should also domesticate. Because if there will be a protest or a strike, the state workers will also join. So I want to ask the president to hold a meeting, what they call it, meeting with the state governors, so that they can also domesticate this payment, so that state service can also have this money. Good morning and God bless us.
Thank you very much. Let's go to God's Power now. He's calling from Ichie. God's Power, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Yes, 35 for federal workers. What of state workers and retirees and those that are now working? What of our youth that have unemployed for 10, 15 years? What of market women? What of traders? What of handwork men that are not seeing work to do again? What are their own gain? What are their own palliatives? Please tell the president to address it very well. And the labor is not for only federal workers. It's for the whole federation and for the whole population. Let them do something that will benefit the masses. If you dish money to civil servants, you should also think of these people I mentioned. Let them get something. At least a palliative of 20,000 for 4 or 6 months on their own. Everybody, we are suffocating on this country. Everybody is hungry. Only few people, the politicians, maybe they are not hungry. The masses are hungry. Let them say something about them so that they will belong to the nation. 63, we are still crying and begging. God bless you, everyone, and God power from it.
All right, thank you. Ida is in Nkoro. Good morning, Ida.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm Ida from Nkoro.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I want to thank all the local government, this particular local government chairman. All these local government chairman this time, they are trying very, very well. Look at project booming everywhere. Come to Pupu Nkoro now. You see project everywhere, all the satellite community, Coppers Lodge, police station, health center. I want to comment all the local government chairman. You go to Anthony, the same thing. They are working like the governor. Look at the governor 100 days in office, just like 4 years. I want to commend all of them. They should try. But the money belongs to the local government. That's why they are using it for the local government. I want to commend all the local government chairman. Come to Canada, the same thing. I'm pleading with the governor to please return this particular local government chairman them back. Because they are trying very, very well. Thank you very much. God bless you. I remain on the Rebita from Nkoro. Kudos to you, cooking can.
Thank you very much. I think some of them already had finished their second term, so they can't return those ones now. And is it the governor that returns or people that vote? Either. Last time I checked, people would have to vote. So if the people think you've done very well, then they vote for you to come back again. Good news in Mount 3. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will I say happy independence celebration or what? What do I say to you?
Well, you can still say happy independence, even though the independence was yesterday. It is today we want to have low-key celebration.
My friend, because the people I talked with yesterday, when I said happy independence, it's like there was some of them wanted to use the knife to shoot me gun. But having said that, the issue of blasphemy, I think for me, the memo flying on social media is a testament of what the chairman and CEO of BUAS himself said in Asoro. We heard from him where he said that matters of land will be reduced. So I don't think we should disregard that information coming from BUAS group about the destruction of students to try to amount something like that. Having said that, let me first of all send my condolences to the family of the 2 children from Obogoro, my king, Zamabo, that was transmitted. And for me, we advise that parents, mothers, and fathers should stop locking the doors, locking the people inside the house, lock them with keys, take the keys and go out, or keep the keys away from the children of the children. If you ask the children to stay in the door in the house, lock the door and give the key, so that in case anything happens, they can always run out from the house. Or jobbers can always open the door and see what is happening. Not locking the door, keeping the keys away from the children. I think that was what caused that issue. 8 years and the children go so small that they cannot stand open the door and run outside and call the bus for support. Finally, the issue of the TUC. I think it is beyond the federal service. It is beyond minimum wage. This is issues that are affecting both the taxi drivers, both the bus drivers, the market women, including you, CMA, my brother man. I think that the federal government should look beyond, and the NSS should look beyond civil servants. Talk about how to ensure that price of commodity falls. If I am the president, I will call all governors, give the marching order to see that they go and work on the companies in their states, like Shell's company, for example. Good news from Port Harcourt.
Thank you. Good news. Fred is in Nkoro. Good morning, Fred.
Thank you very much, Ifeanyi Andrew. Happy New Week, and may the President of God this morning.
Yeah, go ahead, Fred. Okay.
Yes, I want to talk about the President promised the workers for their adding money for their salary. When the President asked for the workers, what about the poor masses? What are we going to do with that is not working? The President should have even airports also. At least if you can be paying at least 50,000 naira for each person that is not working in the country, my brother, it will be welcome development. Let the President also look at the people that are not working. And secondly, I want to thank the local government chairman that they mentioned they're doing good things in his local government. I want to so much thank him and other local government chairmen to learn from that local government chairman, because especially in the Pupon Koro, I've never heard anything in the radio that is going on in our local government of Pupon Koro. Nothing is going on. I've never heard anything. I want to advise our local government chairman. You people can invite him one day on the radio to come and mention things he has done in the local government. If you come to Koro, there is nothing to show. Come to our primary school, our secondary school, everywhere is bushy. Nothing is coming up. The local government chairman should do something. Come to Koro and witness things that is going on in Nkoro. People of Nkoro, we are suffering a lot. Nothing to show. There is no local government project in Nkoro as I'm talking to you. There's no local government. If they can help us, this upcoming election, local government election, we should choose one of Nkoro's sons to be the local government chairman in Nkoro. Because if the local government has created, Nkoro has never produced local government chairman. So we use the opportunity that this upcoming local government chairman election, they should put one of Nkoro's sons to go to that council. Because if we go to other places that some of our people normally say, Inyendeba, they should give us local government chairman.
All right, Fred, thank you. Your point has been made. Let's go to Elekaya now. Celestine, good morning.
Shemi Andrew, good morning.
Good morning to you, Celestine.
Yes, I want to comment about the president's speech yesterday about the increment of the federal salary workers. And also the bosses that talk about that it will come all over the nation to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. It's a nice one. So I want that to trigger that to the state and the local government workers so that it will be a good decision and everybody will be happy.
Okay. All right then. Thank you. Let's go to NTA Road. Mufasa. Mufasa, good morning to you.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning and happy Independence Anniversary.
All right, I wish you the same, my friend.
And let me call this opportunity to say happy birthday to JAJ. Today is his birthday.
No, that's true. I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I won't say that. Let me say that yesterday the president made some major promises to Nigerians. Excuse me. Well, I equally want to say that, of course, we are used to promises from our leaders and government. We just hope that this time around that these promises are actually put to actions, because what people want to see, is actions, not just mere promises. And Andrew, there's something I equally want to, make us understand that NLC speaks for just their members alone. That was why some of us were actually kicking against the strike, because we know that all they are, interested in is the welfare of our members, not Nigerians. So the government has said that it's going to add 25,000, it said 35,000 rather, to the salaries of low-income earners. So for me, I think we hope to see that the NSC call off their strike. And also, lastly, Andrew, I want to appeal to our government. Now that BOA has said that they want to reduce the cost of cement, the government should also look at the cost of basic food prices, because the cost of food, is very expensive in this country. So the government can look at the price of rice, gari, and some other basic staple food. I think that will also help to cushion the effect, of this hardship that Nigerians are going through. Thank you.
All right, Mufasa, thank you. For staple food, I don't know how easy that would be, because for cement it's quite easy because we know that the raw materials are here. Production and all the rest are done locally. But for staple food, people have plenty of reasons why they would say they sell at the price that they sell. Abinoye is in Abua. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi Andrews.
Go on.
Yes, happy independence to Nigeria.
Wish you the same.
Yes, however, I'm sad that Nigeria is groping at 63. Nigeria is nascent. It has a nascent democracy at old age. Because what we are seeing in Nigeria is something very sad. How can you stay in a nation where they pervert justice, where there is so much corruption? Can you imagine that the federal government has increased a provisional salary increase of federal workers? What happens to the states? What happens to the local government? Nobody is mentioning about that. They are promising. What is promised? We are talking of pragmatism, something that should be practical. What is the difference between the state of the federal government and the state of the federal government now that NLC are thinking of calling off a strike? Is it not the same promises? And I think that we don't need to play with our lives. I think that NLC should have thought again, because in the last salary increase, the minimum wage, there is a clause. They say that there is a fiscal independence. And by the time it gets to the states, what the federal government has said will be dissolved. And so it does not affect anybody. They can pay whether, in fact, the payment is optional. And I think that we need...
Abinoye. Well, let's move on to Braid in Oginigba. But we got your point, Abinoye. Braid, good morning.
Good morning, Efemi.
Good morning to you. Go ahead.
Happy independence.
All right. Wish
so
you
there
same
is
too.
Nothing comes out of it after 6 decades plus.
At least we're sovereign states.
Yeah,
that's something to be happy about.
Let me quickly react on the children that were locked up in the house. Well, I want to appeal to parents. Though some of the children are a little bit stubborn, maybe that is why the parents feel that if allowing them to move up and down might cause more havoc. But the parents did not know that locking them inside house is more disastrous. For next time, they should be able to keep the key where somebody can quickly get the key to assist children. And also, court orders that the necessary documents should be released to Atiku. And Atiku's Tinubu lawyer says that it may not do anything in at the Supreme Court. Well, for me, they are not the Supreme Court. If they knew that it serves no purpose, why have they been obstructing it since all this while? And they are not the court to say that it has no value to Nigerian court. And also, if you mean Labour, for me, Labour has done what they are supposed to do. Labour cannot fight for the masses. If you look at the Labour law, Labour cannot fight for the masses. That is why the other NGOs affiliate other groups and also the private sector and organized sector should be able to follow Labour in any issue like this one, to also be part of the negotiation, because they are the people that are going to fight for the non-workers. Labour can only speak for their workers. That is the Labour law. People should be able to look at the Labour law before blaming the Labour leaders.
All right, Braid.
Labour
Thank you very much.
Can only do work in the ambit of the law.
Thank you. Let's go to Frank in D-Line. Frank, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Yes, let me dwell on the NLC and federal government meeting ended in deadlock. It's not a good one. And I'm urging the federal government and NLC to go back to drawing board and resolve this issue. Because if this will continue with this strike, it will affect the poor ones in the street. The rich ones, they have money to take care of themselves. So they should consider the plight of the poor ones. So I want our president to listen to Labour and do the needful. More especially, the issue of refineries should be put to rest. Let us repair the 3 refineries and build more. That is the major problem we are facing today. This is my comment this morning. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, let's go to Dakuku in Echie. Good morning.
Good morning, Semi Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning. Go on, Dakuku.
Let me go to the Anthony local government chairman for numerous achievements they have achieved for the 2 tenors. I'm proud of him. Echie cannot be proud of Obi Nanyanwu, who have ruled Echie this 2nd tenor. Nothing has been commissioned by Obi Nanyanwu in Echie local government. But every day he's working and moving as if we have done anything. Look at the hospital he's building in Akop, where it's the medical standing. Nothing is going on. Let me go to the president. But this American court in the favor of Atiku. Let them provide that. There are people in this country who have diploma in anything, degree in
Oh, Dakuku, please call us back. I think you got interrupted by the service provider. A lot has been said, and many people, rightly so, would react to the recent development with regards to Labour and the federal government. It's very understandable. Many questions to ask. Local government workers are there. Pensioners are there. The government, if I just would say this, the president in his speech had said 15 million more poorest of the poor households will be added into the social safety net where they get stipends monthly. I don't know if you know anybody whose family has gotten that money here in Rivers State, we'll be glad to have a compilation of those people because I don't know if they would regard me as poorest of the poor. So we have to understand how the artisans, what happens to them. The state government workers, what happened to them? Local government workers, are they seeing this increase as well? The monies that were released by the federal government to the state, I think it was 5 billion. What is it going to be used for? We're yet to know. And the president in his speech also talked about more monies to go to state governments and then infrastructure development fund and all of that for state governments. Well, state government would have to also do something. Is that what he's saying? Nigeria at 63, come to think of it, if Nigeria happened to be a man, he should have been a grandfather by now. It's a shame that at 63, a grandfather is still begging for food. Chibueze from Echie. Good morning. President, add 35,000 naira civil servants. My own view to this promise, Mr. President, just make this increment in order to stop the NLC ongoing strike. I was saying it. I said many people will look at it from that angle. Like this is, and the increase is not forever. It's for 6 months, I think. 6 months period where these monies would be paid to them. Perhaps the idea is that by that time things would have been stabilized. And this is where there's a problem. If NLC suspends its strike, NLC and TUC suspend their strike, and then believing that this money would now be paid, and then eventually, like government does, as government always does, some people do not get, some people get, the money is not being paid again. The amount is now dwindling up and down, blah, blah, blah. The NLC would then want to come out and say they want to go on strike again. Like I said, any decision they take now would mean a lot, especially because Nigerians are looking now to see what hand they are going to move, or what piece of the puzzle they would be moving. Rumaholu people crowd over land grabbing by Mike. This is not the first time the name of this Mike has been mentioned, though. I want to ask the state government: is this said Mike more powerful than them? I don't know. Everything we are calling state government. Sometimes I wonder why we call state government. So your land, in your place where you have your local government chairman, you have community leaders, you have owners of the land, you have courts, you have everything, and then you say the state government. Let's be honest now. The state government too, with all the problems that are in this state right now. Not because it's out of place to ask the state government, but some of these things you have other institutions in place to handle them at that level. So why are we not calling on those ones to do what they need to do? Another commercial is upon us. We'll take more messages when we return.
More talk, news and sports.